All right, welcome to Beta DBS here for YouTube. Cynical DBS is our team. This is Mason Thorpe here with his Hercule deck. He took 5th place in a Tacoma Sanctioned event where it was a player ran event, so it was some ban list. So there were some pretty cool decks there. Hercule was one of them. He took 5th place, so here's his deck profile.
Yeah guys, so at this tournament, it was a player ran tournament. Basically they had their own ban list put into it, so certain cards we couldn't play, such as, like, I didn't run into 1-2 swap or any of that because Bardock was banned, Chain Cell was banned, and Chain Zeno was banned. Like Trunks was limited to 2, so it was a very interesting tournament and an interesting concept of player ran tournaments essentially that have their own ban list to really shake up the format and give variety into it. And with that being said, with the new set dropping, I played Hercule. He's the red leader from World Martial Arts. Probably the most underlooked leader from that set because of his 5k power and his 10k power on his backside. Like, I can see why he was overlooked, but I think what we didn't do was pay attention to the effects because his effects are really, really good. So he has an active battle. When you combo, draw a card. So anything you combo with is going to draw you a card. If you combo with a super combo, it draws you 2 cards, which is just ridiculous. It means you never, ever net. You just gain so much card advantage. He awakens at 4 or less. But unlike any other leader, he draws 3 cards when he's awakening, guys. And that's really, really strong. Like, I'm just gonna Ancestral Recall, basically, in Magic terms, for nothing. On his backside, Bundle of Confidence Hercule, 10k power, auto when he attacks, draw a card, and then he keeps the same effect as the front side. So it just gets better, essentially, with the 5k buff. And drawing a card when you swing, so you can draw up to 3 cards off of a swing. But that's the leader card. Into the main deck. So for black cards, for Play-by-Play Pro, your World Martial Arts, you gotta run these 3 to 4 of these. If you're not, your deck probably isn't the best. This card is ridiculous. It's a colorless negate at its worst, but it's also a Majibu on crack because it draws you 2 cards if you control 2 or more world tournaments, which it happens more often than you think. So like I said, the goal of the deck is to plus, and this card sticks with that. It replaces itself and draws a card. And like I said, at worst, colorless negate. 2 Mass Saiyan. Hercule doesn't really make big board states, so this helps you mitigate your opponent's board states by warping a lot of cards or warping a big target and being a 20k double striker. So, I mean, it's been a strong card since its first inceptions when it came out, so yeah. And then I played a 1-1 split on Mira and Scientist Fu. You can go into 2 Miras or 2 Scientist Fus, it doesn't really matter. I just like the 1-1 split because this says draw more cards, this says end the game basically, if you can get the double strike on it. So yeah, I mean, it's basically the strongest card with a very good card. Into the blue, 2 Whis Coercion. It's a really, really good negate, but I wouldn't run anymore because you can't combo with it, you can't cantrip off of it. It just allows you to stop an attack that you don't want to try to combo over, like the big attacks, and stay untapped for your 10Ks. And then the cool part about this deck is it abuses Zeno button pretty well. It's a 0 drop that you play during an attack, switch all your blue energy to active, which you'll have a lot of blue energy. And because we run so many 10Ks, it's like almost necessary to play this, so that way you can keep using your 10Ks and keep plussing. And then of course, what deck that runs blue doesn't run 4 Senzu Bean? It's a Sut 1 staple, it's super strong. Untap 2 energy and gain 5k on anything. It's just super strong, and you can play it on your opponent's turn or your turn. We played 4 Talon Awakening Pan. Wise Words of Anthony Hernandez. If you're not running these cards, you're bad. It's a blue Self-Awakener. You basically play it your turn 1 going second, and it lets you get to that 4 life quicker, so that way you can Ancestral Recall off of Hercule's ability faster, and it applies a 15k pressure. Giving up 1 card isn't bad because you'll be applying so much pressure in that early game that they're going to be ditching cards. So yeah, it's not a big deal. It's primarily there, and it also has the effect that at the end of turn, bounce it back to hand. So it becomes a 5k combo in your hand, and it saves itself. 2-2 split on super combos, so I ran 2 top of the game Son Gohan. You can use it at 5 or less life if you're 5 or less life, and the fact that we're a world tournament leader allows us to play him without even needing to be blue. So yeah, and it's okay to charge these because you run so many 10Ks that plus, so it just happens to have the effect that it's free. I played the 4-4 Test of Strength, so 4 Oob and 4 Goku. You'll notice in the deck I did not run the Trunks Akutsuki, which Trunks Akutsuki is strong, but Test of Strength is just better for 1 more energy, and it applies a lot more pressure in my opinion, and can hit multiple targets. Yeah, I'm restricted to 20,000 or less, but that's primarily what the format is 15 to 20k cards, so it's pretty strong. If I can't get rid of the big threats, it's okay, because I'm probably gonna kill them before they can get them out of there. Other blue cards I ran, 2 Obuni. It's just once again, it's like a combo coup. You basically draw 2 cards off of a combo coup and get 10k. The only difference is you have to place a card from the bottom of your deck. On top of that, it's also good blue energy. 1 ultimate card, because you can only play 1 of it, but it's it's really good, guys. I think like 40k body has the chance to be decreased by 2 if your leader is World Tournament and you and your opponent have 6 or more energy, and then has an auto when you swing, take a life and an energy from your opponent and put it to their drop. And then it also has double strike dual attack, so you can game somebody from 6 to nothing with this card. It's ridiculous. It really strikes the fear of God into your opponent most of the time, and I got a lot of people with it, so I mean, it's worth it. For red, 2 planet and 2. You don't have to mainboard it, you can side deck it. I just was tired of playing against Announcer and all their stupid 5Ks that they place down, and most of them don't have barrier, so you can just neg them, or you can neg their leaders since you're a 5K leader. Like, there's just so many things you can do with planet and 2. It's also just good red energy. For combo coup, because we're in red, and basically playing 8 super combos is just ridiculously strong. For 3 double shot, it's the free Han of the play. My free Han, it's the argument of my free Han's better than yours because it drew me a card. Super defensive card too. You can't really play it offensively, so that's why I only ran 3 of it, and it's just really good red energy. 2 Supreme Kai. It's just a Champa effect. Once again, like the Vegeta, it's an argument of my Champa is better than your Champa because it draws me a card. And then the other 2 super combos, because like I said, we're world tournament leaders, so we're not restricted to the color of super combos we have. As long as we're world martial arts, we can run a split of 2-2, and it's okay to charge them. So yeah, and you can use it at 5 or less. And the final card in the deck, 3 Russian Warrior Pan. It's a good turn 2 play, so you can basically sensu bean your Hercule and then sacrifice it to draw 2 cards. So you draw 3 cards. You draw 2 cards off of it. So you view it as a sensu bean that draws you 2 cards instead of untapping 2 energy. So it's super strong. You don't, like, again, it's an argument of play test of just player preference. You don't have to run it, but I like it because of that plus effect and the 5k buff. But that's it for the deck. Changes I would make is really dependent on what you're expecting, and I think going forward, if you really want to play in this format, the format I think has this hidden rule called I call it the turn 4 rule, which is around turn 4, turn 5 is when people are trying to play their most powerful cards to really take the game. And this deck dives under turn 4. You can kill your opponents by turn 3, and if the game goes late and they have their powerful cards out, you still have a chance to win with that ultimate card at 6 energy. So, you know, I think it's a really good deck next to Swap and Androids and all those decks. So I would give it a try and just see what you guys like. But that's it from me. Check us out on Twitter, Cynical DBS, and our YouTube channel, Beta DBS. We'll be posting deck profiles and live gameplay, and maybe even going around and streaming, and just a lot of stuff coming up, guys. So keep us in mind and take it easy, guys.